She was just a little girl from a small town who looked up at the sky and whispered, "One day, I'll go there." Everyone laughed, but she never stopped dreaming. From dusty streets in India to shining stars above Earth, her journey was full of courage, hope, and heartbreak. This is the story of Kalpana Chawla, the girl who touched the stars and never came back. Stay till the end. Her dream will make you believe in your own. Kalpana Chawla, the girl who touched the sky. Chapter 1. The little girl who loved the sky. In a small town named Karnal, in the state of Haryana, a little girl was born on March 17, 1962. Her name was Kalpana Chawla. Her father, Banarasi Lal Chawla, ran a small business, and her mother, Sanjay Devi, took care of the home. From the time she was very small, Kalpana loved to look at the night sky. She would lie on the roof and stare at the stars for hours. Sometimes she pointed at the moon and asked, "Can people go there?" She loved drawing airplanes and rockets in her school notebooks. She made paper planes and tried to see which one could fly the farthest. Her teachers smiled and said, "You will do something great one day." At that time, people in her town didn't believe that girls could become pilots or astronauts. But Kalpana didn't care what others said. She used to reply softly, "One day, I will touch the stars." Her family loved her curiosity. She would take apart her toys to see how they worked. When her brothers flew kites, she wanted to hold the string too. She often ran to the small airfield near Karnal to watch airplanes land and take off. The sound of the engines made her eyes shine. Nobody knew that this small girl watching planes would one day travel far beyond the clouds, into space itself. Chapter 2. The Dream That Took Her Higher. Kalpana went to Tagore School in Karnal. She was a quiet but brilliant student. She always sat in the front row and listened carefully. She loved science and math the most. When teachers asked her what she wanted to be, she said proudly, "I want to fly airplanes." People laughed, but she didn't stop dreaming. After finishing school, she joined Punjab Engineering College in Chandigarh to study aeronautical engineering. She was the only girl in her class. Some classmates were surprised, but she worked harder than anyone. She spent long nights in the library, reading about aircraft design and famous astronauts. When she completed her degree in 1982, her next goal was clear: to study more about flying. She decided to go to America. It was a big step. Her parents were worried. They had never imagined their daughter living alone in another country, but they trusted her courage. With a heart full of hope, Kalpana boarded a plane to the United States. It was her first flight, and she smiled the whole way. She thought, "This is where my dream begins." In America, she joined the University of Texas to study aerospace engineering. Everything was new: food, language, people, but she never gave up. Later, she earned her Ph.D. from the University of Colorado. Every day brought her closer to the sky she had always loved. Chapter 3. The Road to NASA. After finishing her studies, Kalpana got a job at NASA's Ames Research Center in California. There, she worked with airplanes and computers. Her job was to test aircraft designs and study how they flew. Everyone admired her hard work and gentle smile. Soon she met Jean-Pierre Harrison, a flight instructor. They became close friends and later got married. He supported all her dreams and always said, "You belong in the sky." Kalpana became a U.S. citizen and decided to apply for NASA's astronaut program. It was very difficult. Thousands of people wanted to join, but only a few would be chosen. She went through tough physical and mental tests. Some days were so hard that many people quit, but Kalpana never stopped. She trained, studied, and waited. One day, she received a letter that changed her life. She had been selected as an astronaut. She was so happy that she cried. She called her family in India. Her father couldn't believe it. "My daughter is going to space," he said proudly. The news spread everywhere. People in India danced with joy. For the first time, an Indian-born woman was going to fly into space. Her childhood dream had finally come true. Chapter 4: The First Journey to Space. In November 1997, Kalpana Chawla boarded the Space Shuttle Columbia STS-87. The world watched her wave and smile before takeoff. When the engines roared and the shuttle lifted off, people across India shouted her name. Inside the shuttle, Kalpana looked out of the window and saw Earth growing smaller and smaller. She whispered, "How beautiful." She spent 15 days in space, circling Earth 250 times. She helped conduct scientific experiments and spoke to students back home through radio. Children in India listened in wonder as she said, "From space, our Earth looks so peaceful." She became a hero. Newspapers called her India's daughter in space. When she returned, thousands came to welcome her. Even school children made drawings of rockets and wrote her letters saying, "We want to be like you." After the mission, Kalpana visited India. She met students, hugged them, and told them about her space journey. She didn't rest for long. NASA soon selected her for another mission, a bigger one, full of new challenges. It was called STS-107. She began preparing with great excitement, ready to go beyond the clouds again. Chapter 5: The Final Flight. On January 16, 2003, the sky was bright and clear. The Space Shuttle Columbia stood ready to fly again. Kalpana smiled and waved as she entered the shuttle. She and her 6 crew members went on their mission with joy. For 16 days, they worked together, doing experiments and sending pictures of Earth to NASA. Kalpana often looked out at the planet and said, "It looks so peaceful from here." But on February 1, 2003, while returning to Earth, tragedy struck. A small part of the shuttle's heat shield had broken during launch. As the shuttle entered the atmosphere, it became too hot and broke apart in the sky. The world went silent. Kalpana and all 6 crew members were gone, just 16 minutes before landing. The news reached India, and people wept everywhere. Schools held prayers, candles were lit, and the sky seemed to cry with them. India had lost its brave daughter. Chapter 6: The Star That Never Faded. Even though she was gone, Kalpana's name lived on. Schools, roads, and science centers were named after her. The Kalpana Chawla Planetarium in Kurukshetra became a place where children learned about space. Many young girls started studying science because of her. Her family still keeps her photos, smiling proudly whenever people speak her name. Her story reached every corner of the world, from big cities to small villages. Parents told their children, "She proved that dreams have no limits." If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Glorious English. We bring real, emotional English stories that teach language through feelings and life lessons. Stay tuned, more inspiring journeys are coming.